Dad was very much a Renaissance man. He was active in business, he was active in cultural endeavors, he was obviously very devoted to friends and family. He felt strongly always about doing kind of what was right. And one of his greatest talents was that he was able to bring together really incredible people who achieved together as a team incredible things. Dad had a total fascination with history, and he loved the far away, right? The far and exotic. So growing up, he and his dad drew this map of the world as it existed then. So the Soviet Union's there, and other things that have since gone away. He traveled his whole life and was fascinated with other places and other cultures. His biggest passion was people. He loved getting people together to do really great things. And that came through in our family, that came through in his friendship group, that came through at Molex, that came through at Ballyfin, that came through in so many of his endeavors. His interest and real passion for historic preservation, for the arts, for culture, sort of emerged over time. As the end of the 90s were coming and he and my uncle were looking to retire, he was looking for a project. He knew in his heart of hearts he needed something to keep him busy. So this hotel idea was sort of percolating around in his mind. There's a house called Slivoire, which is on the north end of Loch Derg, and he bought this house, and that's where he was going to create the hotel. And then in somewhat casual conversation, it gets mentioned that a better property may be coming up for sale. And you know, for all we knew, suddenly it was just sort of it was done. The house was in a truly perilous state. When we saw the pictures of it, I remember thinking, like, this is a wreck. Dad had worked with Jim Reynolds for 10, 15 years on various projects at our home in County Kerry in Ireland. And when he wanted to do Ballyfin, to him it was just the obvious person to go to.
In the very beginning, when I wondered, well, why a hotel, or what sort of a hotel? It's going to have to be one of the best hotels or one of the best restaurants in the country. And Fred just looked at me and he said, well, why would you stop there?
That was sort of the idea, and that's the ethos of Ballyfin, is that you are coming to stay at somebody's house, and this is you are a guest, or this is your house for the duration of your stay. And it would look and feel as if it did in its heyday, when it had just been built. I would describe Ballyfin today as Ireland's leading country house hotel, by a mile.
My first impression in arriving at Ballyfin was, I can't believe I'm going to get to stay here. The facade itself is stunning. And at first glance, you just can't believe that this is a real place. So I ran up the steps and I said, Mother, I'm home. The grounds are full of interesting things to see and to experience. Trails and roads and little cottages and grottos. Quite an interesting landscape. And there's a conservatory which is modeled after the Palm House at Kew, which is another World Monuments Fund site, which we're all very excited about. My only regret was that I couldn't stay longer.
He was very grateful that he was honored in a number of different ways during his lifetime, but he definitely shunned that spotlight. But I do think he took great joy in the fact that Liam and I took interest in his interests. I know that he would be thrilled that we've taken on the management of Ballyfin with some gusto. I think that meant a lot more to him than he ever wanted to let it be known.